Hello everyone and welcome back to our blind let's play Ace Attorney Investigation Miles Edgeworth for the mobile. My name is FlightlessBird, this is your story-based gaming channel, and today we're continuing on with this wild case right here because I'm not really sure exactly who's guilty. I mean, I'm thinking it's Cammy Meele, but this guy is suspicious too. And I still don't know the motive of why they want the guy killed. I mean, we know he's an international officer of the law, so it would make more sense that this guy would kill him, but he didn't have access here. Only Cammy Meele had. So are they in cahoots? That's kind of my guess. I mean, we're gonna have an accomplice here in case 2? Maybe? Don't know. We're gonna find out. Hope you're all having a wonderful, fantastic day today. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna get nabbed, huh? Yes, while this photo could be seen as nothing more than a simple souvenir, it was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that, right before the fake statue could be loaded on board. A photo of the hold missing a valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough. After that, all you had to do was hold the Zingfa cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Man, I don't know why it's so hard to say. Exactly. This only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zangfa leg of the trip, there would have been enough height from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer! Move the statue immediately! I want a thorough examination of the floor underneath, now! We're gonna find a bloody floor. Miss Von Karma, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After moving the LDPlayer statue out of the way, we tested the area under it with luminol, and there was a reaction. So luminol, of course, is the spray that they use to determine if there's blood or not. We've seen luminol used in a lot of games. Is this like a real thing in real life? I feel like it has to. Because there's no way it can be used in Zero Escape and in Ace Attorney for the same thing if it didn't really exist, right? Alright, now we got this awesome music. Yes! I love it. Oh, I know we've heard this before. And I know I'll say this again. And I'll say this again in the future, but I love these musics. It's so good. I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood on that spot. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood up well. And how do you think the killer did that? How did the killer clean up all the blood? With this? The killer used a bloody cloth I found inside the staircase or suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had a need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zangfa. Yes, because otherwise the crew would have discovered it during the layover. Ah, so you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zangfa? There is no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, then that throws a certain person's testimony into doubt. Yes, I was talking about this the other day, wasn't I? I was talking about this, not that. This right here. Mr. Abby Hicks was in his seat when he took off again at 5 a.m. This is impossible. because it would have had him been killed earlier. If the murder occurred before we landed in Zhangfa, then this becomes highly suspect. Miss Meele. Recall Miss Meele's testimony about Agent Hicks in regard to when we departed Zhangfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in the seat at 5 a.m., you know. She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time of the service calls, but... Well, that totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Meele herself. Oh, that was a continue point? Really? We could have gone an extra 6 minutes? Ah, oh well. We can just keep going right now. March 12th, 3:35. Flight I-390? I-390, yes. I can read. Miss Meele. Ooh. Check out this music now. Oh, the sleeping dots. Miss Meele. Huh? Do you recall what you said earlier about when you answered some service calls as we were departing from Zhangfa? Oh, the hot dots? You said that Mr. Hicks was sitting in his seat at that time. However, that is simply not possible. Because Mr. Hicks was dead long before we ever touched down in Zhangfa. Oh, the dots? Miss Cammy Meele. Huh? Like, maybe I didn't see what I thought I did? No one could make a mistake so large, Miss Meele. But I make that kind of boo-boo all the time? Dots. This is going nowhere. There must be a better way of resolving this contradiction. Very well, Miss Meele. If you please, tell me about your alibi during the time span from just before we were to land at 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. when the body was found. Oh, are you telling me I'm a suspect, Mr. Edgeworth Dots? That's exactly what I'm telling you. She's asleep again. Unbelievable. Miss Meele's alibi. Oh, dots. From like 3 to 4, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. And from 5 to 6, I was in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Wait, she just said the same thing twice. How is a man supposed to react to a testimony like that? Miss Meele, wake up! She fell asleep again. It looks like the only way I'm going to be able to wake her up is by pressing her. Alright, take 2. Miss Meele, wake up. I'm awake like a Where's Edgeworth? I demand that you do something about this flight attendant this instant. Why ask me to wake her up when you can finally put that whip to an appropriate use? Exactly! Like, from 3 to 4, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. If I remember correctly, food was being served in first class and the lounge between the hours of 3 and 4 a.m. Like, yeah, but that kind of stuff's run by Miss Rhoda. Then what were you doing in the attendance room at that time? Oh, I'm having a most delicious dream. You mean you were neglecting your duties? No way? Sleeping's part of our job too, you know? Oh, the sleeping dogs. Yeah. Miss Meele, how many times do I have to repeat myself? Wake up. Oh, I'm awake. Oh, the exclamated dots. Ouch! Why did you whip me, sir? Oh, what did I miss? A poor detective being on the receiving end of a lash in your stead. Like, really? Huh? I'm sorry about that. You can make amends for that by continuing with your testimony. Well, from 5 to 6, I was, in the flight attendant's room all by my lonesome self. Did she say, hold on, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. What happened to 4 to 5? She just skipped over that. So you were alone the entire time, were you? Yeah, no one else even popped their head in to say hi. Oh, well, I think a contradiction just popped in to say hi. What should I do? Should I raise an absolutely objection? Miss Meele, there is a clear contradiction embedded in your testimony. Huh? What are you talking about? It's not possible that you're alone in the attendance room the whole time from 5 to 6. Oh dear Lord, I wasn't expecting this. Look. Gotta look. Serving drinks. I don't know. Oh, she herself said that he was there at 5 a.m. Now take a look at this eye-opening piece of evidence. Oh, that does. Miss Meele, I need you to wake up and take a look at this. Enough of your foolishness. Now hurry up and show us real evidence. Wait, that wasn't real evidence? What do you mean? She couldn't have been. She couldn't have been in there at 5 to 6 if she saw that he was in there at 5 o'clock. What do you mean? I've been awake this whole time. It's alright if you're sleeping, pal. Pay no mind to the scruffy detective beside you. Wake up! Yow! Hurry up and wake up, Miss Meele. Enough with the clowning around. This is my show, and I will resolve the contradictions as I see fit. So that wasn't it? That wasn't it. But what else is there? She took forever to stop yawning. I'm here clicking away and it's not working. So what is the contradiction? From 5 to 6, I was in the attendance room by my lonesome self. So someone else had to be in the attendance room. It's not possible alone in the attendance room the entire time. So who else was in the attendance room? While in the in-flight shop and left in attendance room, the timestamp says 5:40 a.m. There we go. I wonder if you would be as kind as to take a look at this receipt, Miss Meele. Huh? A receipt? Like for what? It's for the suitcase Miss Tenero bought. Now, if I may direct your attention to the timestamp. As you can see, it clearly says 5:40 a.m., Miss Tenero. Yes. Huh? Why is the killer here? I thought you'd have locked her up by now. I requested that she be present as a witness so that we may straighten out your complex lie. Oh, the dots? Now then, Miss Tenero, between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m., you took a trip from first class down to the first floor in-flight shop, correct? Too many F's in that sentence. Yes, I went to the shop to buy a suitcase. After which, I went straight to the attendance room to drop it off. And did you see Miss Meele there at the time? No. So, Miss Meele, where were you really between the hours of 5 and 6 a.m.? Oh, the sleeping dots. Miss Cammy Meele. Huh? Yeah, like bathroom? I'll be the one to ask the questions here. Well, yeah. Maybe like that's it. I probably just missed her. Nature calls, you know. Do you take me for a fool? It's a little too convenient to be true. But it's the truth. Cross my heart. I don't have enough conclusive proof to counter-argue her at this stage. You don't believe me, do you? But please, won't you give me a chance and hear me out? Absolutely. That's the best way to do this. To like, let her walk into her own trap. Look, I know you like suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. But you think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too? She's the one in charge of the elevated keycard in the shop, you know? If you ask me, that makes her super suspicious, like... You know what makes me super suspicious? When someone casts the blame on someone else to try to make themselves seem more innocent. That right there makes me more suspicious. Please leave Miss Tenero out of the conversation. Only you are under suspicion for now. I don't get it. Why are you covering for Miss Rhoda all of a sudden? Oh, now I get it. Maybe you've got your eye on Miss Rhoda, huh? Of course I'm keeping an eye on her. I can't very well let her escape, can I? Oh my god, that went so over Edgeworth's head. Oh, that's great. Never mind. But you want to know something? Miss Rhoda actually kinda like... I have absolutely no interest in people who can't appreciate the sense of design. Oh, the dots. Now is not the time for this sort of talk. Look, I know you're suspecting me because I'm one of the crew. No, it's not the only reason I have for suspecting you. Your statements regarding Mr. Hicks also turned out to be a bunch of lies. But say I wasn't an attendant? You wouldn't suspect me then, would you? Yes. I suppose that's true enough. But you think that maybe you should also suspect Miss Rhoda too? She is already being detained for further questioning, or have you already forgotten? Oh yeah, I guess I just totally forgot. Cammy, don't tell me you suspect me too. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I mean, other than you, there's no one else who could have really done it? I can't believe you would think that. I mean me, a killer? Miss Meele, what did you mean just now by no one else could have done it? Well, like, she's the one in charge of the elevator keycard in the shop, you know. And what are you in charge of, Miss Meele? Well, like, I take care of the attendance room. That doesn't count. Aw, but I spend so much time in there, it might as well be my responsibility. Mr. Edgeworth, Cammy is very talented in languages. So she assists passengers who may not speak English, especially those who speak Borginian. She is the only one on this flight who is fluent. Oh, wait a second. We have no idea what this says. Maybe she read this. And she read something in this that caused her to do what she did. Oh, you mean that kind of what am I in charge of? Well, why didn't you say so in the first place? What else could I have meant? Yeah, so I'm really good at Borginian. She's fluent in Borginian. Then I suppose you're in charge of processing documents in Borginian. Well, like, yeah, I take care of anything that has to do with Borginian. Very interesting. If you, like, ask me, that makes her super suspicious. Actually, your on-the-job behavior makes you super suspicious in my eyes. Huh? But why? While Miss Tenero is busy with the passengers and all of their other duties, you have a lot of free time on your hands, thus providing you with ample time to commit the crime. Miles Edgeworth, I demand that you cease to desist in this line of conjectural questioning. I would allow you to bluff your way through this like a certain defense lawyer. Hey, that defense lawyer kicked your butt multiple times, don't you forget, Francisca. But I do not honestly believe Miss Meele does any actual work aboard this flight. Oh, well, that's not true, Mr. Edgeworth. Although, well, all I'm in charge of are at the attendance room and some Borginian stuff. So, what exactly do you do as the one in charge of some Borginian stuff? I do stuff like translate things from and into Borginian. Cammy is the only member of the crew who understands Borginian, Mr. Edgeworth. Miss Meele, I take it then that is your job to process all the Borginian paperwork. Well, like, yeah. See, I totally pull my own weight around here. So it would appear. Perhaps I should ask her for a few more details about her work and... Miss Meele, it is very unladylike to push suspicion into someone else. Well, like, that's not what I'm doing at all. I'm just saying that Miss Rhoda is very sus. There you go again, pushing everything onto her. I don't get why you're saying. It must be a really abstract concept, huh? Huh. The only thing abstract here is the landscape inside your head. Oh. Alright, that's the beginning. So if I go here, that last line. I didn't mean to press. That was a mistake. My bad. That was a mistake. I didn't mean to press. I gotta go all the way back. My bad. My bad, my bad, my bad. I didn't mean to press. I meant to show evidence. Show her this. I like it when I can see what I'm supposed to do before I'm supposed to do it. That is a very satisfying feeling. So, you are the only one in this flight crew that speaks Borginian. Is that correct? Oh, the sleeping. Oh, dots. Yeah, I guess so. I studied abroad in Virginia for a while. If that is the case, then the signature on this document belongs to you, doesn't it? Huh? This is a falsified piece of documentation with only one purpose. I had totally forgot it was false. To lead anyone who read it to believe that Mr. LeBlanc's statue was loaded in Europe. The only person who could have either prepared or processed this document in Borginian is you, Miss Meele. Oh, what, Dot? Without your participation, the smuggling of the lift bread could not have occurred. Oh, the sleeping dots. Don't sleep while I'm pointing my finger at you. Oh, it's on now. It's on now. Oh, I'm gonna dream of falling asleep on you, Mr. Edgeworth. Huh? It is, like, exactly as you say. Are you confessing to having participated in the smuggling? No, far from it. It's true that I was the one who signed off on that document. But you can't use that fact alone to make your allegation of smuggling stick. So, yeah. There is no direct correlation after all. All you have is my signature on a piece of paper. Ha. Really? All you did was sign it? I neglected to check if the cargo had been loaded onto the plane properly. So, sorry about that. My bad. It seems that she's finally woken up. This is going to be one tough fight. Suppose, like, and this is just a supposition, of course, don't you mind you, but even if I was involved in the smuggling, you can't throw the charge of murder on me just like that. If you were involved in the smuggling, you would have a strong motive to kill. EG6 was in the middle of the investigation regarding a smuggling ring. And just when he was about to close in, he's been killed by a member of that ring. Well, did you ever even think to stop to, you know, maybe that Rhoda is the smuggling ring member? Well, after all, unlike me, Rhoda has access to many things on this plane for work purposes. So perhaps there is some element of a setup at play in this case. What are you talking about? Man, look at her blow those bubbles at me. How dare her? Don't worry, I wasn't talking about you. I meant the killer. First, it was myself, and now it's Miss Tenero who's under the microscope. Seems to me that our killer is going to great lengths to pin this crime on anyone they can. You have no proof that Rhoda is being set up or that she isn't? Actually, I believe that she was indeed the intended target from the very beginning. I believe that the plan was to push all of the blame for the crime onto her. And this evidence will prove my suspicions. This proves that the killer was out to frame Miss Tenero from the very beginning. Really? I don't see it. I don't see it. Because she put it in her suitcase. The killer could have hidden the body anywhere, and yet they chose the suitcase. Why is that? Perhaps it was to move the body up from the lower deck to the first floor. However, why go through the trouble to do so? Oh, the dots. The only way all of these actions make sense is it the killer had wanted to frame Miss Tenero for the murder? Miss Tenero buys a suitcase on every flight she works without fail. But should her suitcase be switched with the one containing the victim's body? Well, that would put her in a very tight spot. Unfortunately for the killer, the turbulence put an end to that plan. There wasn't enough time to put the body back into the suitcase. Ergo, they made do with whatever was at hand, adapted their plan, and tried to frame me as I lay unconscious on the floor from the turbulence. The killer then went to hide the suitcase in the in-flight shop and brought the piggy bank back to the elevator in order to fabricate a false weapon. A lot of work for a fruitless endeavor, wouldn't you agree? Sounds like the killer had a tough time too, huh? I mean, why did the killer need to frame someone that badly anyway? Well, that is because of the special circumstances surrounding this particular case. What special circumstances dictated the need for the killer to frame someone? What special circumstance? It's probably who the murder victim was. Because he's investigating a smuggling ring. So if he were to die, it would cast suspicion on the person who killed him as being smugglers. So you need to frame someone else as the smuggler. The killer was at a loss of what to do with Agent Hicks' body. But as it just so happened, there were a bunch of empty suitcases nearby. Being a skinny man, the killer thought to put his body in the suitcase and hand it off. You mean that the whole plan to frame someone was an elaborate coincidence? No, that's not what I said. You wrongly deduced my meaning, Miss Meele. The one with the wrong deductions is you. Think before you speak again. Yeah, patience, Francisca. I was about to reveal the truth. Oh yeah, I guess that wasn't it. Where it took place. So basically the same thing except different. Instead of the person, it's the scene. The special circumstance is simply that the murder took place on a plane mid-flight. No matter which country, customs is quite strict in this day and age. No, that's not what I was saying at all. So no matter what you do, the chance that the body will be found is very high. Therefore, there was no chance but to frame either Miss Tenero or myself. In other words, the only one who fits within the boundaries of the criminal's movements is not Miss Tenero or myself, but you, Miss Cammy Meele. Only you and you alone could be the killer. Alright, well that was the right answer, okay? Fair enough. I'm good with that. And... oh, the questionable dots. Are you like done already? I was about to fall asleep again. Anyway, let's be honest here. You don't have anything on me other than a whole lot of circumstantial evidence. Nah. Ah, I love the music. I can see the outline of how the murder occurred, but I have no definitive evidence. And isn't there a piece of evidence that's still unaccounted for? Something that I still can't quite fit into the big picture. The phone? I don't have any actual evidence. I thought not. But that's because it went missing and still is. Missing? What do you mean by that? In the complex puzzle that is the case, there was one piece I kept getting stuck on. And that is the victim's cell phone. Francisca, you were waiting at the airport for a phone call from Agent Hicks' cell phone. Or at least that's what you told me. That's right. But Agent Hicks' cell phone could not be found at the crime scene. You mean the killer took the phone with them? Precisely. I suspect that if we were to find the phone, it would lead us to the killer. Come on, get serious. If, like, the victim fell to his death from that height, wouldn't his phone break as well? We won't know that until we try a little experiment, will we? Are you gonna call the phone? Francisca, I'd like to ask you for your assistance. You know the victim's phone number, do you not? Yes! This is just like that other case. What was the case? I forget! It was case 2-1. It was case 2-1 when someone switched our phones, remember? And we were able to figure out who it was because we called the phone. I'm kind of blanking. I've been really sick the past week and a half. Give me a break. But I'm pretty sure it was 2-1. Oh, of course I do. Agent Hicks' phone. It's ringing from somewhere, sir. I hear it, detective. Now where is it coming from? Is it coming from the bear? It's coming from up here. March 12, 412. First floor. The ring is coming from somewhere in here, sir. I'm starting to talk to the people down there. I hear the phone going off and I'm trying to find it. That's where my attention is right now. Leave no stone unturned, Detective Gumshoe. We must find it. What's that? It's not over here. The ring is coming from in here, sir. What? No, it can't be. This has to be the victim's cell phone. Just whose locker is this, sir? It's, Miss Tenero's. Because we've already established that Cammy Meele broke into her locker, right? Well, we haven't established it, but we believe it to be. It's Miss Tenero's. What? Oh, I love this setup. I love this because we know she's guilty now. Like 100% guilty. And she's trying to set her up. Question is, did he have anything to do with it? So, Mr. Edgeworth, how did it go? See, she's so nonchalant because she knows the truth. Like, where did you find the phone? You see, look at that look. She knows. I found it in the flight attendant's room in Miss Tenero's locker. What? But Tenero! I don't know anything about the phone. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Miss Von Karma, is it? I suggest you, like, arrest Miss Rhoda Tenero right away. Wait. I have a theory that is related to the incident with the key card. When the killer went to steal the key card, they conveniently stashed the cell phone in Miss Tenero's locker at the same time. That's exactly what I believe too, but is there evidence that says this actually happened?
Objection!
This is related to the key card, alright. In the same way that we have zero proof that the killer did just that. The only voice that sings the truth is evidence. That is the one word that we cannot ignore.
What should I do? Francisca's right. I can't offer baseless conjectures at this point. Alright then. Why did the culprit take the cell phone from Agent Hicks? It must have something very incriminating on or in it.
Hold it!
Wait!
What now, Miles Edgeworth?
It's not over yet. We have yet to figure out why the killer took the phone.
What?
Inside this phone lies a final piece of incriminating evidence that will point us to the killer. We need to examine this phone in more detail. The LCD is broken. Without a screen, you can't even place a call with this. You know what? I bet you anything, this right here is not a battery. I bet you there's something behind this. Or not? This must be the switch that opens the phone. Or not? I guess not. Alright, what's my other theory? The LCD is broken. Without a screen, okay. Ah, it's a camera lens. Come to think of it, I wonder, how exactly was Agent Hicks planning to preserve the crime scene of a smuggling? Francisca, I need you to confirm something. This cell phone, can it take pictures?
Mr. Edgeworth, can't believe you don't know about this kind of basic stuff, sir. This looks like a very similar model to my own. And mine can take photos just fine.
Oh, look how adorable that phone is. It matches her hair color. Oh, it's so cute. I love Francisca. Do you think Agent Hicks could have taken some pictures with this? In particular, pictures as evidence for a smuggling case? If so, I'd say there may be some very inconvenient photos in here for our killer smuggler.
But the phone's all busted up, sir.
Even a super prosecutor can't repair a broken phone. I'll find a way, don't you worry about that. Like, may I go back to sleep now?
The LCD screens on the inside and outside are broken, that's for sure. But that's also reason enough to believe that the killer wasn't able to erase the data.
What? What do you mean by that, Francisca?
It looks like that our killer isn't very familiar with electronics. This phone still rang when he called it, meaning that only the LCD screens are broken. It's possible that the photos are still there inside, waiting to be assessed. All we need to do is transfer the data to my phone.
Oh, the exclamative dots! Francisca, your phone, if you please.
Very well. It's transferring. All right, displaying it now.
Oh, the exclamative dots. This is...
Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some... Agent Hicks was most certainly trying to obtain some evidence for a smuggling case. Hey, the very least, no way in this pic, sir.
Well, this has no meaning as a piece of evidence in this murder case, right?
Ouch, she's right, sir. There's not much we can find out from this about Agent Hicks' killers, sir.
Is this it? Is this the end? Is there really nothing in this photo that we can use? The fact that all the suitcases are here in this photo is odd.
Agent Hicks was still alive at the time. So what exactly is so odd about suitcases that haven't been used yet being there?
Yes, well, it was only pointing out things that are different between now and then. Your all-topic
ramblings have put this attendant to sleep yet again, Miles Edgeworth.
I mean, grr, I'll give this sleepyhead here a rude awakening, a deafening objection, and a contradiction. What's all this? Oh, they are a cargo ship from Virginia to Shangfa. So, the reason they aren't here now is that they were dropped off in Shangfa? Mr. LeBlanc, can you tell me the contents of the boxes? Unfortunately, there is no English written on them anywhere. One class of box is written in Virginia. It says, it is cloth in English. Cloth? Could it be? Is this where the killer? What? What is it with that scary face? Miss Meele. Yeah? It appears that Agent Hicks was no ordinary investigator. Huh? I like how she's killing the bear. I mean, I don't like it, but I like how you can see her get more nervous. He left us with a piece of evidence after all. A striking piece that will point out who his killer is. Huh. Maybe you shouldn't, like, force your mistaken meaning of a simple picture, Mr. Edgeworth. The Borginian cargo and this piece of evidence will point us straight to the killer. Is it the cloth? And like, what is that supposed to prove? The killer used this piece of cloth to wipe up the blood they had spilt. But there was one thing that bothered me this whole time. Where did it come from? Yeah, that's why I was constantly suspecting LeBlanc. Because he had like a shirt on that looked like it. And now I have finally found my answer in this very photo. The cargo that was uploaded in Shangfa had cloth written on it. And Borginian, that is. And this is where the killer grabbed a piece from to clean up the blood with. Huh? That's right. The killer was someone who could read and understand Borginian. And the only crew member that fits that description is you, Miss Cammy Meele. Ha! Well, that's like pretty flimsy. The killer probably searched through all the boxes looking for something to use. When you're frantic, you don't care if the box is in English or Virginian. Sorry, but I cannot agree with your assessment of the killer's indiscriminate nature. What? There was no need for the killer to tear through boxes at random at all. And if the killer supposedly could not comprehend Virginian, well then. Logically, the killer would have opened this box first. The bed sheets. Hey, it says bed sheets in English right here on the box, sir. Precisely. And bed sheets would be perfect for cleaning up blood, wouldn't you say? So, like, what are you trying to say? That if I were the criminal, this box of bed sheets would have been when I have been spotted first. However, the killer chose to use a Virginian cloth. Do you have an explanation for that? The killer didn't want anyone to know that the real scene of the crime was this cargo hold. So they were afraid to leave signs that the box with the sheets had been opened. However, the Virginian cloth, well, that's a horse of a different color. Because the killer knew that it was going to be unloaded in the Republic of Shangfa. That's right. That is why the Virginian cloth was used. And the only Virginian reader on board who can make such a calculated decision is you, Cammy Meele, and you alone. It would be very easy for us to confirm if any of the boxes were resealed. All we would have to do is contact the Shangfa authorities in time. We may even find other evidence to incriminate our killer with those boxes. So, what do you say, Miss Meele? Why not confess to your crime here and now? Or would you rather wait and see what we find from our investigation in Shangfa? Here comes a meltdown. Yes! Woo! Got her! So I guess LeBlanc had nothing to do with it after all. He was like in a pull. I couldn't stop it. I brought him here. He started taking pictures. I couldn't be found out. I was scared. I was in trouble. You mean to say I killed him? Yes! So yeah, part of the reason I was so torn on the killer was because of this cloth. And I thought this was LeBlanc, but it had nothing to do with LeBlanc. March 12th, 5:26. Well, we finished making all the arrangements to take the suspect in, sir. Very good, detective. What about the smuggling route? Did she say anything about that? They're taking her down to the precinct now. Hopefully we can get more out of her there. Whenever we even approached the topic, she just started foaming at the mouth. It was scary, sir. She probably wasn't prepared to commit a murder all of a sudden. One thing for sure, the ring behind this whole mess means serious business. It looks like there's a lot more to this case than meets the eye. Mr. Edgeworth, I just want to say how much I appreciate everything you did. Thank you very much. It was nothing. In fact, I should be the one thanking you for the cooperation. But truly, if it wasn't for you, I might not be here right now. Instead, I could continue to serve our passengers as a flight attendant. I hope that, well, please accept this as a token of my appreciation. Ah! That. I see. You don't have to take it if you don't want it. No, I mean, I would never turn down a lady's generous offer. Oh! Oh, thank you. Aw, come on. Ask to go out. I'm sure it will serve you well. And remember, here at iFly Airlines, we're always ready to serve, Mr. Edgeworth. Thank you. I'll keep that in mind. Now, I must bid you farewell. May all your skies be blue, no matter where you go. I said I love the music. Absolutely. And I can't believe we wound up investigating the whole day, sir, but boy, it was fun. Speak for yourself. My day was filled with earthquakes, elevators, and false charges. By the way, where's Francisca? Oh, she's filling out some customs paperwork for a departure, sir. Departure? Well, yeah, Miss Karma's always really busy, sir. She's been flying from country to country to chase out some leads regarding our case. Oh, the dots. Detective, can you cancel the car I had to reserve earlier? You got it, sir. March 12th, 5:47 p.m. Francisca. I thought I told you when I had first landed. I had no time for idle chatter. I have no intention of wasting your time. However, it has been a while since we last met. I also have no time for such familiar reminiscences. Just who do you think I am? You are Francisca von Karma, a very proud prosecutor deserving of much respect. Huh. Until only a little while ago, I was but a wretched mutt who was always losing to you. A ditty pire, living her life on the name and fame her invincible father built. True, your father, Manfred von Karma, didn't lose a single case for 40 years as a prosecutor. However, I wouldn't say he was invincible. Oh, the questionable dots. What are you talking about? All the dots. The group I'm on the tail of is a little more troublesome than most. The smuggling route was found this time is only one silver in the big picture. Sounds like a dangerous assignment. You really don't have to worry. I can take care of myself. Yes, I suppose you can. Plus, there is another agent on this case with me. Oh, another agent? He's a star among interval agents and has the highest successful arrest rate. Who knows? You
may even run into him one day.
Uh-oh. He's gonna be coming after me, isn't he? I just have a feeling. I was simply caught up in this one case. I hardly see why we would cross paths.
I suppose. But I doubt you would say the same.
I'm not following you.
You'll understand soon enough. The fight has only just begun, Miles Edgeworth. I'll be back in this country soon enough. And when I am, you can be sure I'll pay you back in full.
Well, that sounded ominous.
And just like that, she's gone, huh, sir?
Well, thank goodness. I can finally rest easy knowing I won't have to watch out for a whip. Detective Gumshoe, I want to thank you for all your help and cooperation.
Ah, it was nothing, sir. I was just happy to be able to work with you again, haha.
I think I'm gonna celebrate by adding a little extra to my instant noodles tonight. Just how much did you cut his salary by, Francisca? Detective, I was wondering if you might give me a ride down to the prosecutor's office.
Sure thing, sir. I'll even fly down to the road in the patrol car if you want.
Don't make me remind you, Detective. Safety first. Thus, I solved the first case upon my arrival home. Francisca von Karma, the smuggling route she was after. The leaders of that ring had already put their trump card into play. And the players on the other side of this war, they would begin to make themselves known through the next incident. Edgeworth speaking.
Finally. Called who knows how many times earlier, but I couldn't get through.
And you are?
Have you forgotten my voice, Miles, my boy?
All the dots. Well, Mr. Amano, Ernest Amano, correct? Ernest Amano? I don't think I know an Ernest Amano.
So you do remember me?
I have no idea what his voice is. I'm just gonna continue doing mysterious voice until I know who this guy is.
I know it's rather sudden, but I can't ask of anyone else. There's been an incident, Miles. My son, he's been kidnapped.
Oh, the exclamated dots? Who is this guy? I don't remember an Ernest Armando. I mean, I could be mistaken. I'm not doubting that. Who is this guy? Alright, my friends, well, join me next time on episode 3, The Kidnap Turnabout on Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. Want to thank you so much, my friends. Love you all dearly from the bottom of my heart. You guys are the best. Number one YouTube community, all of YouTube. Until next time, so long, and take care. Thank you for watching this video. Feel free to comment on what you saw and what you'd like to see next. I always love to hear your thoughts. But before we go, please remember that you matter, and you are brilliant, and you are loved, and you should always be true to yourself. Never let the world tell you any different. Much love to you from your friendly, feathered, flightless bird.